Okay, everybody, I know y'all been like, where the hell is your boy? Your boy is still sick. Your boy is still sick. I mean, to do a live show right now, there's so much craziness that would just, my sinuses feel like hell. So, though I kind of noticed you guys don't like when I do the best of going full nerd. Y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like that. Y'all don't even watch that. Y'all don't rewatch the old videos. It upsets me. But that's okay, though. That's okay. Here goes a fresh episode with me talking about stuff going on in comic books right now. So stay here, check it out while I kick in that funky intro. What's up, everybody? It's shameless plug time. So thanks for checking out the podcast, Going Full Nerd. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe everywhere possible. So look for Going Full Nerd on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, goingfullnerd.com, and my Twitter handle, ONYXXX1969. You can also listen to the audio version on its home, Anchor.fm, but also on Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you consume your podcast listening pleasure. Hey guys, let's get on with the show. I haven't been feeling too good. I haven't really gone out and watched too many shows. I mean, and that's just the nature of it. I mean, I started watching a couple of things here and there, but since being sick recently, I haven't. What's the best way for me to say it? I felt just off, like in a haze, and that's not good. That's not good. But what I have been able to do is, and those of you who do follow and actually go to the goingfullnerd.com website, you can go ahead and see that I, posted a lot of different things. So one of the upcoming things with comic books, not so much the TV, not the movies and all that good stuff, is a miniseries from Marvel Comics called Blood Hunt. And it's not so much a miniseries, it's the title wide crossover. Basically, the Marvel Universe versus vampires. And we're getting back to a vampire thing, I guess. I mean, a few years ago, vampires were the big thing, Twilight and all that. Then we switched over to zombies, Walking Dead, and things like that. Now we're back on vampires. But there's been some real cool stuff. So if you head over to goingfullnerd.com, you can go ahead and see some of those things. But, part of it is called, so let's see what the tagline for this thing is. The tagline for it is that the heroes of the Marvel Universe, right, they're bracing themselves for an all-out war with the vampires of the Marvel Universe in this crossover series called Blood Hunt. Okay, it starts this May, and it's going to get real crazy, especially for me around May, because I got some real special things that I'm going to start prepping and planning for, which may affect me doing the videos and doing stuff for the channel, but it's all going to be worth it in the very, very end when later this year we get to take a tour, keeping our fingers crossed, of my new studio space. Yes, that's a big surprise, but more on that later. In the Marvel Universe, they've always had stories with mutant superheroes, fantastic beings, cosmic entities, and the, people loving the MCU and things like that. And it's all superheroes this, yay. But there's also a supernatural portion. There are werewolves. There's a Frankenstein monster. And yes, there are what? Vampires. And inside the Marvel Universe, they've got vampires have their own nation that could rival Dr. Doom's Latveria, the United States, and all these different, real and fictional. It's the sickness haze. Sorry, guys, but what it allows us to do is put a few things together. Now, we all know Hulk is the strongest there is, but what happens when you have the undead? Ooh, woo. Anyway, cool covers, reproductions of some of the old 1970s Dracula. Yeah, Dracula covers, from Dracula comics. Couple of comics that I kind of liked. I mean, I've had, there was an X-Men crossover comic back in the day where, Dracula bit Storm, and that was, a lot of people didn't like that one. I loved it. I got the original issue, and to see them doing some homage covers and things like that. But you've got a lot of cool stuff that's getting ready to go down, and I don't know, the the miniseries and the crossover events inside the Marvel Universe have been real kind of funky recently. So I'm kind of excited about Blood Hunt, but I'm not excited. So, I'm getting through reading the big X-Men stuff, House of X, Powers of X, Fall of X, Rise of the Powers of X, you know, Magneto dies, Magneto comes back. So, it's a lot of things that are like boom, 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 boom. And I blame some of this on everybody trying to make the next big oomph. I mean, me growing up, I had Secret Wars was the big thing. Crisis on Infinite Earths was the big thing. And then after that, that's when the crossovers and all that Contest of Champions, one of the first ones, those were all big, quote unquote, things that involved all the heroes and all the villains and all these characters. And it took multiple books and side books. And then they started doing a lot of stuff in the 90s. They started doing shocking things. They broke Batman's back. They killed Superman. They brought back four Supermen. They made Green Lantern evil, and then they brought him as the Spectre. They made him back. And it makes you wonder how they change these characters and these stories and these things. Some do better than others. Some are inspiring and like, wow, that shook the comic book community forever. Like your Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then some of them were like a total waste. 0 Hour. You see what I'm saying? The New 52. Yeah. And even with Marvel, same thing. Anybody remember the Avengers big crossover thing, which was, what is it? Galactic Storm. That was weak compared to what? The Kree Skrull War. And, it's these little things, these storylines, these big things, these small things. So when I start seeing stuff about Blood Hunt, which I'm digging it now, I like the premise, and it's going across. It's got X-Men, Avengers, Blade. They're bringing back the Midnight Suns with Ghost Rider and Morbius. It's Morbin time. No, it's not Morbin time. Okay, never mind. So you see those things, and it's like, okay, where are comic books going? I mean, I go back and forth, and I see on Twitter, and my boy Omar, he does it a lot. He'll pop on Twitter and be like, "Who's writing this crap?" I know. But the thing about it, that's the thing about comic books. They evolve, they grow. Some things catch, some things don't. I mean, hey, you got some characters that catch on, and it's like boom, and then other characters that don't. I mean, who would have thought that Miles Morales would have stuck around and everybody's like, yes, this character is a beast, is included in one of the top not the live action, but in the top animated features that you would see in a movie theater versus, looking at, Aquaman tanking at the box office, right? Flash tanking at the box office, I mean, you got to balance it some kind of way. But the comic books, you get more misses than hits sometimes. And you get different feelings about these things, whether it's from the artwork or the story. It's just the way it is, folks. But I'm looking forward for Blood Hunt. You're going to go ahead. I'm trying to put together the video stuff. You're seeing the covers. You're going to see these covers. And these covers, they look great. Some of the crossovers, some of the stuff we could love. Some of the stuff we could be like, yo, hold on to that. We don't need it. Helverine. Yeah. But these are the things that, we come to know and love as comic book people. It is what it is. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Look out for Blood Hunt coming out in May. Crossover, Marvel Comics is great. If you haven't already done so, check out that Deadpool trailer. I know everybody wants to talk about it. Leave your comments on what you thought about the Deadpool trailer. And last but not least, whoa! We know that the Fantastic Four is coming, and it's coming in a 1960s motif. Tell me your thoughts on that. Anyway, peace, y'all. I'm out of here. One day I'll feel better, but let's go ahead and get those comments. Call and leave a message at the number. You know the number. Or do you? Let me see if I can find that number. That number, once again is on. And that number is 202-643-4208. Leave your questions, comments, and I'll go ahead and I'll try to answer those in a little segment before our next video. Peace, y'all. I'm out of here. Later.